What's cracking, y'all? How are y'all doing? I'm here to talk about NWA releasing their second and final album, Ends for Life, of May 28th, 1991. Happy 35 years to this classic right here. I know it's crazy without Ice Cube, but it's still a dope album. So, it was their final album as the group disbanded later the same year after their absences of Dre and songwriter and unofficial member of the group, the D.O.C, Diggy Doc, y'all, who both left to form Death Row Records. And the album features only four members of the original lineup, as Arabian Prince and Ice Cube had already left the group in early '89 and late 1989, respectively. So the album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, but in its second week, it peaked at number 1. And 1992, several months after the release of the album, they released a video named Ends for Life, the only home video, which chronicled the making of the album and its three music videos, Always Into Something, that's a classic, Appetite for Destruction, and Approach to Danger. In 2002, the CD was re-released in two formats. Both had the EP 100 Miles and Running and appended to the end of the original track listing, but one was available with a DVD copy of Ends for Life, the only home video. And more to it, in comparison to its predecessor, Ends for Life is heavier on misogyny, for which it became notorious. The songs on the album's second half featured more profanity, sexist themes, and references to various sexual acts, provoking the ire of the PMRC liberal and conservative politicians and civil rights activist C. Dolores Tucker. So, more to it, Real Ends Don't Die is a quaking tune that uses a descending heavy metal riff. It uses a soundbite of voices panning the group before Yellow counters with a diatribe aimed at fake ends, house ends. Musical elements of Appetite for Destruction are comparable to Public Enemy's Welcome to the Terror Dome, and Don't Drink That Wine has undertones of doo-wop and concerns cocaine to kill a age. Compared, excuse me, by the reviewers Del Fideli to a snuff film, and more to it, features Dre, Yella describing in detail the gang and murder of a district attorney's wife, presaging the stronger content of the album's second half. Automobile, appearing halfway through side 2, is considered by Smith to be the first of the album's surprises, as it is based around a rinky-dink piano and concerns a frustrated F in the back seat of a car. I'd rather bleep you, a crude pastiche of Philadelphia soul, is comparable to George Clinton and is similar to lustful soul songs, albeit delivered more explicitly. Approach to Danger was described by Smith as an off-centered, eerie thing, all of out of tune, strings and dark, half-spoken delivery, and by critic Ray Suzuki as essentially rapping over the Halloween FX record. And the Dayz Of Wayback is a tough track that portrays NWA as the leaders of Compton rap scene, punctuated by raga intrusions in a chaotic heap of noise loops. So, more to the story. Upon the release of the album, it generally polarized music critics, as many were divided over its lyrics, especially in the second half of the album, and the Source declared it one of their albums of the year, but more mainstream. Publications like Rolling Stone condemned. Sorry, y'all. Condemned it the album in a 2-star review out of 5. Rolling Stone critic Aaron Berger attacked the album as so hateful towards women and in such a pathetic and sleazy manner that it's simply tiresome. Mark Blackwell of Spin magazine similarly opined in his interview of NWA that Ends for Life wears thin pretty fast. The main problem is that the old and thing, whether offensive or not, is getting a little tired before conceding. that Dre and Yella's production is peerless. In a negative review, Newsweek deemed the album by NWA standards as a mediocre work, a retreat from cinematic storytelling into simple punk bluster. Time wrote that NWA raps nasty and righteous with real ghetto heat and doesn't give an inch, calling the album incendiary and grotesque, 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 grotesque. Although he enjoyed two songs, Andrew Smith of Melody Maker dismissed the album's lyrical boast of as an unconvincing, moving so far outside the confines of reality that the group members have made themselves into cartoon characters. That adding it that NWA sorely missed Ice Cube's intelligence and having become the Jimmy Greaves of rap. And NME's Ian McCann similarly lamented the loss of Ice Cube, saying Ends for Life lacks the tension of Compton, but still deemed it effective funk, and praised NWA's more adventurous beats, commenting that the introductions take the P-Funk that circa 1974 to new levels, and the sampler on the new songs proper are cleverly layered when you heard them before. And McCann also felt that parts of the album reveal the rap soul hybrid of Dre's earlier group, World Class Wrecking Crew, due to Eazy-E's funk inflections, and the greater emphasis on reggae than Compton, but it still played for Laz, reviewing it for NME again, following its re-release in November of '91 after the legal victory. Deli Fidel panned NWA for their commercial motivations, opinion that Ends for Life isn't just obscene, it's positively subhuman, adding that as if black people don't have enough problems with stereotypes, it's portrayed of real ends as pea-brained and moral Neanderthals who think with their hate everything about women, but their reproductive organs enjoy nothing better than to kill their own type, is by turns amazing and its cruelty and sadder than dusk. And the rest is history. So, Accolades ranked the number one on the Source, the top 15 albums of '91 list in 1991, and ranked number 7 in MTV's greatest hip hop albums of all time in 2005. And in commercial performance of this album, the album debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard Top LPs chart, and it went on to top the Billboard 200, allegedly gaining 954,000 sales of its first week, becoming the first gangster rap group to top the charts and the first independently distributed album to top the chart. And yes, it was banned from sale in Britain in a legal case. On June 4th of '91, thousands of copies of the album, reportedly either 12,000 or 23,000 in number, were seized by officers from the Obscene Publications Squad from Polygram's distribution plant in Chadwell Heath, England, following a complaint to New Scotland Yard from a music retailer who had received an advance copy of the album from Island Records. Of the reported 12,000 copies, 5,750 were LPs and 5,191 were CDs and 1,406 were cassette tapes, and cost Island over 120,000 in stock, an England price at that time. And in the days that followed, reports emerged that further copies were seized by the police in Swindon and Southampton, and the rest is history. You know, I gotta tell y'all, the album has still got some bangers on here. You got Message to Benedict Arnold, Real Ends for Life, Real Ends Don't Die, Prelude, Protest, Appetite for Destruction, Don't Drink That Wine, Always Into Something, To Kill Up, and then one less, Find 'em, Bleep 'em, and Flee. Automobile, she loved it. Or just call it that. I'd rather love you. Yeah, you already know. Approach to Danger, 1-900 to Compton, and then The Ways of Wayback. And this album is an OG press. Check this out, y'all. It was actually an English press, I would say. It's an England press. Super cool, though. Love it, man. I really love the album. I mean, if you love, I'm going to be real. If you love old school West Coast rap and hip hop, let's be real about it. You should definitely get a hold of this LP right here. What's your favorite song off the album? Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and comment, and follow your boy, and I would be glad to return. Y'all have a blessed one, and stay safe, y'all. And keep bumping this record on your turntables. Peace.